we go. Christmas is now officially over, but not in my heart, Rex. I don't know. Listen, there's so many people that I have heard more people say this year than ever, I can't wait for Christmas to be over, which is kind of, in a way, kind of sad. I don't know, man. It's like,
I don't
why?
know. There just wasn't a Christmas spirit this year. It really, really wasn't.
For you, or
I just felt it like really, really in the air. I think that I think politics really beat people down this year. I really do, and I think it was like a huge influence on what was happening for Christmas and stuff. It took away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? November, and it's been an ongoing people fighting with their friends, fighting with their families, and. So then you're supposed to like turn around a month later and be like, all right, I love you guys. Let's just get in the Christmas spirit now.
Yeah.
It didn't roll that way.
I know. I know exactly what you're seeing.
Now you're seeing the divide of the country.
I
right
could
out
see
of Christmas.
You could see it in the news. You could see it on the TV. You could see it nationally. I know. But, at my house, man, it was
I would have loved to had kids at my house and shit. Well, I did. I had a great Christmas because my kids came over. Both my kids came over in the morning, and they have significant others, so most of the time they're gone in the mornings to go celebrate over there. Mm-hmm. So they were there. We cooked a huge breakfast. We did bong hits. It was perfect. I love having my kids around, being around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have the Christmas music going? No.
If you mean gangster rap, then yeah.
Okay.
No.
It was so magical at my house with Lily.
I bet.
As I just told you, who...
I'll get into that. My kids give me some grandkids, and I'll start putting the big, huge Christmas tree back up. Yeah. I'll fill it with presents underneath it. But my kids are 25, 20s, they're in their 20s.
Yeah. Lily got out the cookies and the milk for Santa, a couple of carrots for the reindeer. She put those out.
I just saw a recipe to make cookies for Santa, but you use you grind up mushrooms.
Yeah.
Turn it into a powder, and you put that in the little frosting for Santa. Santa's gonna have a good night after them.
So what you're saying is he'll be able to fly a little faster?
Yeah, he will.
Lily wrote a letter to Santa Claus and put it with the cookies this year, which really hit me, man. I mean, that freaking nailed me right in the heart, to Santa, just saying, I hope you stay warm, and I made some cookies for you. I'm sorry that I didn't get them all decorated. Just stuff like that. Just, oh, my God.
She was really working Santa over for some presents, wasn't she? Kids know how to manipulate.
I just want to say...
Especially little girls. I had one, and she did no wrong.
Lily was really hoping that Santa was going to get her a hoverboard, and I threatened to break Santa's legs if he did that. And he did not get the hoverboard.
Like the Michael J. Fox hoverboard from Back to the Future?
No, the thing with the wheels on it. You stand on it, you balance, and you're zipping around. Yeah, but you're going around the house all winter.
See? This is why I need kids.
No.
I don't know what any of this shit is.
It's a flat board with wheels on either side, and you stand on it, and it rolls.
I'm going to have to stop doing testosterone and start pumping out kids again.
Here's, I said to Sherilyn, I'm like, Sherilyn, really? You want Santa to bring this? This equals broken collarbones. This equals... This equals torn ligaments, broken collarbones, broken fingers, broken, head injuries.
Thank you, helicopter dad.
Wrists.
Are you fucking kidding me? When you grew up, did your parents wrap you in bubble wrap before you went out on your BMX trail with your kids, making them homemade jumps on the side of the sidewalk? Are you kidding me? You can't do that. You can't grow up as a savage, just running the streets, doing whatever the fuck you want. And then you're like, no, daughter, that is way too dangerous.
Because I grew up, kind of. Rex.
No, you didn't. You stopped growing at like the 4th grade.
Yesterday, day after Christmas,
Yes.
the 26th, in Canada, in England, they call it Boxing Day.
Oh.
And I was like, you bring it on, Sherilyn.
Wow.
You want to box? Let's go. Come on. You want to box? Box with you right now. You want to box? Let's go.
How'd that work out?
She just,
Boxed your dad's?
well, she sat there on the couch and was like, really? Really? You want me to take this blanket off and get up there? And I was like,
You shouldn't have done it naked.
look at these moves.
You should have kept your clothes on. She would have taken you serious. That's, and I want to give, for those people that don't know, I am a martial arts instructor up at Granite City MMA. So I'm going to give you the best bit of self-defense advice. Like if you are in a road rage situation, this could save your life someday. Somebody is in a road rage, you pull over, or say you're at the gas station, they chase you into the gas station, and you don't know how to defuse the situation. This is what I want. You, first of all, keep your distance. Don't let them get close. That's step number 1. Keep your hands up. But the most important thing to do is take off all your clothes.
Yeah.
Take them all off.
Sure.
And stare them in the eye.
Yeah.
They will run away. Nobody, it will 100% diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fight a naked guy.
Yeah.
The cops don't want to fight naked guys.
Sure.
I do this every time. I'm like, are we fucking or fighting? Either way, I'm getting naked.
I got to tell you, man, Sherilyn pulled probably one of the meanest pranks on me that I think she ever has.
Oh, no.
I said to her on, the 26th, Boxing Day, yesterday. Wow. Now that, Christmas is officially on the calendar anyways, behind us.
Christmas is over.
Do we have to still have the Christmas music rocking around the Christmas tree?
See, I wish
the
I
TV.
had kids. I would. You know what? You're gonna miss that. You're gonna be an old grandpa sitting at home. Your Lily's gonna be off with her new family and everything else. You're gonna be sitting there lonely, going, "I wish I had some fucking Christmas music and kids playing around here." You don't get it, man. You're so lucky to have that shit going on. You should enjoy the moment before that moment isn't there anymore.
I hear you loud and clear.
Now you feel like a piece of shit, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do. I said to her, so Lily got this this Bluetooth speaker, this that lights up different colors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, now that, Christmas is behind us, I'm going to take this Bluetooth speaker. I'm going to go into the bathroom. I hadn't had a shower in like 5 days. I'm going to go into the bathroom. I'm going to go and
just interjected that into the
oh, yeah.
conversation.
This smell coming out of me was, and I said, I'm going to go take a nice long hot shower. I'm going to shave my face, some real,
Not what I thought you were going to say.
Man time. And I'm going to bring this Bluetooth speaker with me, and I'm going to bring it in there, and I'm going to listen to the music that I wanted to listen to. So I get the speaker in there. I get the phone, I pair it up, and I'm like, AC/DC,
Yeah,
just
singing in the shower.
Yes,
Baby.
I'm just going to rock out. I'm going to have such a great time. This is going to be awesome. Sherilyn tells Lily, after I get in the shower, go get Daddy's phone. Lily goes, gets the phone, brings it to Mommy. And Mommy's playing the fucking Chipmunks. And
You were upset, weren't you?
she was playing like horrible music. One of the songs was peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
What
There's no horrible songs, man.
God, yes, there are.
That's just perspective.
Oh, God.
There's no horrible songs.
And then she was like, just playing, just all horrible, just horrible.
My dad used to dump buckets of ice water on me in the shower.
Yeah. My dad used to throw cold water on me too. Jesus. Yeah.
I guess I could take a little Christmas music and bad songs. Oh, you need to look up JJ Icefish.
Who's JJ?
That's
Icefish?
the only one I'm going to say is a bad song.
Okay.
Go to YouTube. I don't know if you could do it. I don't know, but if you saw JJ Icefish,
all right,
on YouTube,
okay.
I don't know how he doesn't have like #1 hits right now.
Okay.
But yeah, JJ Icefish.
I want to give a forecast here, Rex, because we're into the thick of it here. We have sunshine.
Hey, that's Mark Zedek.
Filtered through high clouds with a little bit of a warming trend today. Highs around 25 degrees. We have warm weather coming tonight. Clouds.
Oh, boys working up there in that house are going to like that weather. Sunshine.
Let's see. Clouds to start out, then mostly clear, 5 to 15 above. And then here we go. Look at this. Saturday, tomorrow, 35 to 40 degrees.
Whoa.
Wow.
Bikini weather.
Saturday night, mid-30s, maybe some rain. And then on Sunday, cloudy skies, rain showers, moderate at times, highs in the 40s. And then Monday, 30s to around 40, rain. One of the things I got for, did you get anything nice for Christmas that you want to share? I got to tell you one of the things I got. Anything like?
You know what I got that was my favorite? Was all the chocolate. I never eat chocolate.
Yeah.
I won't buy it for myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't buy snack foods. I don't buy junk food because I'll fucking eat it.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
yeah, my favorite was actually these little pretzel Reese's cups.
Yeah.
They take Reese's cups and they put pretzels in it, so it's salty and sweet at the same time.
Oh,
son of a bitch, did I make my gullet hurt?
you can't. Yeah, you can't eat one at a time. You got to put like 3 or 4 in at the same time.
Yeah, you know what else I made? I made sausage balls, breakfast balls.
Yes.
Have you ever made them?
Yes, and
With ground sausage and pancake mix.
Well, the British, they make sausage rolls, so they they put pieces of sausage, real good quality sausage.
Yeah, like a Mackenzie.
Wrapped into pastry shells.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And then they brush it with like egg.
Yep.
And then they
so
bake
it.
it.
Up,
Oh, my God. It's so good with a little bit of hot mustard on it.
Hot mustard? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you put some mustard on there.
Dip them in maple syrup. We're in Vermont.
You can do that too.
You go right, what is it? Right across the street there for Limlaws.
Yeah.
You get yourself some fucking maple syrup and you dip them in that. You don't put mustard on it, you weirdo. This is America.
But you know what I got though? This is going to solve all my problems. I was so excited. I got a grabber.
By the what?
No, the pole thing with the handle on it, and the end goes like this.
That would have been a perfect Christmas. Some like elevated shoes and a grabber.
Yes.
I'm gonna make that. That'll be like the fucking JD Green starter kit.
In a diaper.
Yeah.
But now, it's
comes with a short toilet, grabber.
There's a lot of shit laying around in the house, and I'm like, Lily, those are your socks, not mine. Pick them up. What is this? This nail polish on the floor? Pick that up. You know how many times I've stepped on that? That hurts my plantar fasciitis when I step on. So now I got the grabber. Now I don't have to bend over to pick everything up. I can walk around my house like a fucking...
Instead of making it like an exercise thing and making a little game. And
No.
Moving the belly out of the way to bend over to grab it.
Now I shuffle with my slippers like an old man hunched over with a grabber.
So you're aging twice as quick.
What is this stuff over here? Pick this up. Let me pick it up.
I get it, man. Some people just don't want to live long.
I put my teeth
Been here too long already.
Oh,
Oh, you're gonna be a grumpy
So now
old
I got
man.
it. Now I got a grabber. I can walk around and pick things up, and I don't even have to bend over, bud.
Donald Trump's got a grabber too.
I got some Dr. Squatch lip balm. Love that. And
Have you ever tried the Squatch
soap?
deodorant?
Yeah. No, but I gave some to Rusty the other day.
Fuck yeah, dude. That
Is
is
it
like,
good stuff?
That is incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I sweat because I do my hormones, so
Yeah.
I sweat anyway. So.
Right. You know who's got Nelson's has all of the Dr. Squatch. They got the soap. They got the.
Oh no shit!
They got the soap. They got the deodorant. They got the lip
Every
balm.
person in our gym uses that Squatch. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
it's good stuff. You seen the commercials for that?
No.
Oh, they're fantastic. You would love the commercials. You go, just check them out on YouTube. Seriously, but go to YouTube.
I will when I'm listening to some JJ Icefish.
JJ, I got to write that down. Who is this guy?
Dude, he's a rapper. Look him up.
All right. I'll have Sherilyn check it out.
JJ Icefish.
I also got some light therapy. You know the pads with the red light therapy? You don't know about this?
No.
You need to learn about this
Man,
stuff.
you're so fucking cultured, JD.
Oh yeah, that's me. Oh, so just I should get culture right across the forehead on a
Well,
tattoo.
look, you're asking me about all this shit. I have no clue what half of this stuff is.
Yeah.
And I have so much useless information in my brain.
Well, I've got a few things too. I think you have more useless information than I do, though. But yeah, I'm sitting there on the couch in my underwear.
That's a visual I didn't need.
With the light therapy on the left foot for the plantar fasciitis.
Never say things like that to dudes.
With the
'Cause
grabber.
dudes are super visual guys.
And I got the
and a girl
grabber
can make
in my-
like 2 fucking comments and you have a whole scenario inside of your head. So now I'm just stuck on you fucking sitting in your underwear. I haven't even made it past that yet.
I had slippers
I
on.
don't. Yeah, even better.
I think Rodney Nowak only listens when Rex Thompson's on the air.
You're probably right.
Did you hear what I did over at Amy's Armoire with Mike?
Who's Mike?
Mike is Amy Anderson's husband. You know Amy's Armoire, right down the road here. Amazing thrift store.
Wait, I know some Andersons. Which ones?
But you know Amy's Armoire, the purple sign out front.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they do amazing things for the community. We were down there. I put on a Christmas onesie and stood outside with Mike, her husband, who was also in a onesie, and we waved to cars for.
You told me about
$750.
That's awesome. Yeah, because remember we talked about that because of your potato.
That's right. Next time, put the potato in the front.
You would have raised $1,400. That $700 was just the people who felt bad for you standing out there with a potato in the back.
$760, and
that's awesome.
We broke the record because of Dave Horner, who's tuned in this morning. He listens. Dave showed up and made a nice donation.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
That's
which
awesome.
I think is thank
you know, we
Dave.
just got a huge donation from Tim Ward up from Vershire there, Ward Excavating, and he does he just opened up his meat place. He does like custom meats, but he brought up and he donated to the gym these jalapeno venison sticks and cheese. Oh my God. It's like a block of Cabot cheese in there with a whole bunch of these deer venison jalapeno sticks just packaged up. What a good dude. He also, so this guy, he watches these videos. He watches Dante and stuff like this. So he's like 60 some odd years old, but he's trying to slow down. So he's only working like 70 hours a week right now. But what this guy does, and nobody knows this, I except for the people he helps. Like he came down to our gym when he heard that we were helping out people, former drug addicts, stuff like that. Yeah. He came down and donated a lot of money, lot of money. And he's like, I wish I could be here every day. But and this was after he had just paid to fly a girl out to like California or Oregon to go to rehab and get away from Vermont and the people she was around. So,
wow.
a super good dude that uses his resources.
Tim Ward.
Yeah, up in Vershire.
From Ward Excavating.
Yep. A good old boy, lived there his entire life. Really has.
Wow.
That's another thing that we're doing for Barslow Construction is we just expanded. I just hired a professional excavator guy. So I have a Bobcat, I have a mini excavator, and we're going to start doing, small foundation slabs, driveways, stuff like that. So anybody that wants to, we're already starting to book for the spring.
I was wondering about that, if you're already starting to book stuff for the spring.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to line them up now and get them set right in order for the excavating crew so they can hop on one right after the other and get it done.
Nice.
Yep. Just like we do with the construction company right now.
2025 is right in front of us, Rex.
Yes.
On Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 31st, I'm going to be on the air in the morning with Paul Brody, who's a therapist and a rather interesting dude.
Nice.
And Paul has just a very interesting way at looking at things, and just insight, philosophy, experience, just different perspectives on things. And we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions.
Nice. You know what I'd like to...
Which so many people have opinions about.
Mm-hmm.
New Year's resolutions.
They're resolutions because there's something that people do. They're like a fad or a short term.
Yeah.
Very few people, because so what they do is like, so everybody wants to make a New Year's resolution to lose 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. Well, fuck it. I could go 3 days without eating and hit the sauna every single day and lose 20 pounds in a week.
Yep.
Come that following Monday, I'm going to have all that weight back.
Yep.
So they're not willing to do the actual lifestyle change, because that's what it really is you have to change your entire lifestyle. You have to change your mindset.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing is mindset.
Before anything.
Yeah, no diet's going to help you. Your mindset is what's really going to help you. You got to want it.
Well, that has to, it doesn't have to, but maybe should encompass more than just eating well, but also just moving, getting some movement.
Yeah, 100%. So, like, I did a post. You were giving me shit about me talking about my nads.
Yeah, what's going on? Why are we talking about, why did you, Rex, so it's serious now. Rex sends me a text message at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it says, JD, we have to talk about nads tomorrow morning. We have to talk about nads. And then he says to me, by the way, will you please go to the Shania Twain concert with me this summer?
Okay.
And I'm like,
so nobody believes that version. It wasn't even realistic. I will give you the realistic version. JD is like a 2-year-old kid, and as soon as he saw the word nads on my Facebook, he was, you and your nads. That's the real version of that, and you fucking know it. I didn't even look at it that way, but that post, I got a lot of shit for that post.
Deny the Shania Twain concert. I dare you.
All right, I won't deny the Shania.
Thank you.
Because everything's nice. I fucking love Shania.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right. So what's this whole NAD thing about?
I got a lot of shit over this post. And I was watching a Joe Rogan.
Wait a minute. You're in fucking jail right now.
Stop.
You're in Facebook jail.
We're not going to talk about that. I'm always in Facebook jail. Because I do not take my own advice a lot of times. I am great at giving advice. I am not one for taking it.
Understatement.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I won't even say what I said to the guy.
No.
Had to do about me banging his wife and making him cry, but it somehow went against Facebook standards.
Oh, somehow.
They have very fucking high community standards on Facebook these days.
Yes.
Man, I want to go back to the good old days of Nazi fucking MySpace and shit. Remember that?
I remember
MySpace.
Yeah.
I could post anything I wanted there.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Well, we have to make sure we're not offending people with.
Yeah. That's not my.
So you.
That's on you.
You were watching a Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh yeah. Back to my nads.
Yeah, please.
No, I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast, and the doctor was talking about. He was an MIT scientist, and he was talking about your nads, and nads are a specific molecular thing inside your body.
Yeah,
and it promotes your healing. It's kind of like HGH. I don't know the scientific term to it or whatever, and I didn't really get that involved into the NAD part of it, but what it makes me do is because they were trying to sell supplements. That's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to sell supplements, and which is understandable. But now he piqued my interest, so I want to check it out. I want to see what normal NAD levels, how you can naturally raise those levels.
All right.
So I made a post, and I was like, because I did a Google, I was like, how do you naturally raise your levels?
Sure.
And it was like exercise, good sleep, eat fucking foods that are high in protein, B vitamins, stuff like that. It was the normal thing. My point of the post was not to bash on people who inject NADs, because there's definitely people, because I do testosterone. But as a society, we are always looking for a pill or an injection to fix all of our problems, when 99% of our problems can just be fixed by sleeping 7 to 8 hours, drinking a lot of water, moving, and just eating whole foods. Just those things alone, avoiding sugar, which means alcohol. It's not a huge hard thing to do. It's not. I get a lot of people, because a lot of people they didn't get to see what I used to look like when I first got out of the club, my club life, and we'll talk about that next week. Hey, we're gonna have Kenny on next Friday, right?
I would love to.
Okay, I talked to Kenny yesterday. He's gonna get it with his. He's gonna get it on his appointment. Right. His appointment schedule moved in.
Can we show a picture of you?
Absolutely, go ahead.
From what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Oh yeah, I think that was like 2016 actually, because Edgar was still alive. He was in that picture.
All right, I'll show this right now. This was how much did you weigh here?
I think I was right around 259 pounds.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, that was when I was like, fuck, man. I had done every fad diet. I would lose 20, 30 pounds. And then there was never anything I could stick to. And that was getting ready for my 170-pound super fight.
Right
against Dennis Sherman. Yep. I dropped from, at that point, I think I was like 238, 232, and I dropped to 170, and I stayed there. I to this day, I walk around probably 185 pounds, 182 pounds, and then when I hit the sauna, I'll lose 5-6 pounds in the sauna, and I rehydrate, get it back up. But yeah, that's a lean cut right there, about 170.
That's really remarkable. Your post that you wrote that got my attention was watching Joe Rogan this morning before work, and he has an MIT scientist on explaining that we have a gene in us that reverses aging. You just have to raise your NAD, and this will fight disease and aging in your body. So NAD is an acronym for what?
It's a long scientific name. But my point of that was not to bash that. My point was, before taking these supplements, before taking injections, like I take injections for TRT because I tried through nutrition, and you can only raise your testosterone levels about 25, 30 points through nutrition and exercise alone. And I needed to raise it like 300 points. So the point of the post was, and it's really hard on those platforms, everybody has their own perception and interpretation of your post. So I was not bashing that or saying supplements are bad or don't try to raise your NAD levels. No, research it. First thing you should do is always start with the easiest, cheapest way. Change your diet, add in foods that will raise your NADs. Check your levels, have a baseline. Check your levels. If you cannot raise them alone, then start your injections, start doing that.
Yeah, I'm just seeing here from your post, foods that are high in vitamin B3 like salmon, tuna, chicken breast, eggs, avocados, dairy products.
Dude, I break my fast every single day with 4 eggs. My cholesterol, I do an at-home test. My cholesterol was spiking over 400. Just recently, my cholesterol was over 300. And so I did a test in June, and I made some more dietary adjustments. I added in a dietary fiber because I wasn't getting enough fiber. So I do fiber Metamucil with every meal.
Yeah. There's also a probiotic powder too that you can get that's right on the shelf right near the Metamucil. That's good too.
I don't know enough about the probiotics, and I haven't had to get into my macros or anything because I really feel comfortable at the size that I'm at right now. I don't want to get into girl sizes.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay at man size.
Yeah, I understand.
So
yeah, I understand.
I'm not a long distance runner, but I feel good. I don't, you know what I mean?
Well, there's also, different,
so my cholesterol was over 300 in June. I got it down under 150 yesterday. Wow. I had it tested, or Monday had it tested under 150. I was like golden across the fucking board with all of that.
That's impressive, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And
that's eating 4 eggs every single day. That's what I break my fast with. 4 eggs. My good cholesterol is now beating the shit out of my bad cholesterol.
Wow.
And I eat ribeye every other day.
I read something that one of the top 10 most trending Google searches for this time of year was detox. And people creating their own elixirs, for lack of a better term, to detox themselves. Charcoal and apple cider vinegar.
I do an activated charcoal once every 2 weeks.
Liquid.
Yeah, make you puke. That's what they give you when you go to the hospital. You have alcohol poisoning. You have all that because your body can't absorb activated charcoal.
Yeah.
So what it does, it pulls the toxins out of your system.
Sure.
You 100%. If you're eating food that comes in a box, you don't realize how much toxic shit is inside of our foods that is illegal in other countries.
Dude,
Cheetos.
Google this. Let's tell everyone. Google this. This shit is what you just said.
Yeah.
Is so real. Sherilyn's talking about this all the time, being over in England.
Why do you think we're all fat? Why do you think we walk around and feel inflamed and bloated all the time?
There are so many foods.
Take care of that, though.
There's so many foods that we have here that are illegal in other countries, mostly in Europe.
Yeah, because we consider them safe levels of consumption.
Yeah.
Our levels are way higher than every other country, and I wonder why that is. Wait a minute. Maybe because these large corporations have this money to buy what are called lobbyists who go to our politicians and say, no, my man, look at this. These people are crazy. These are safe levels.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get rid of all them people. We're trying to get rid of all of that. We are 100% trying to get rid of those safety nets for those businesses. You wait. They'll be able to put fucking cyanide. Your best bet, if they're after this and they get rid of those stop blocks, what it'll do is basically, it's an easy path to follow. Sure. It's going to be poor people, uneducated people that can't afford it, but they can afford the the Cheerios, the Cheetos, or whatever that are 99 cents. You can buy a bag of that and feed 4 fucking kids on a big bag. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and if you don't have anybody holding these corporations like, yo, stop putting this shit in our food.
Like Robin just said, safe levels of poison.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better. Safe levels of fucking poison.
Yeah.
Just remember that the next time you're feeding your kid a potato chip, a Pop-Tart, or anything that comes wrapped in a package. And if you think that those plant-based things are even better, the fuck they are. Read the back of them things. They're worse than the real item because they're packed in so much sodium and chemicals when they make those things, and the flavorings that they add to them are horrible.
Becky's saying, I just had a doctor on the air with me, I don't know, a week ago or so.
I have the best doctor now, dude.
You know what? I'm going to find... He was on the air with me just a few days ago, and we were talking about inflammation and all this shit. I think I'm going to reshare that episode because it was fascinating. And he was saying what Becky is kind of saying right now: remove the chemicals in cleaning and beauty products as well. They disrupt hormones. A lot of these chemicals in this food,
when I said
they throw you, they send different
hormones
messages to your
fucking
hormones.
Huge, bro. I never knew, like...
But a lot of it is counterproductive because we're eating certain things that we may, respectfully, from a level of ignorance, we're consuming things, and then we're trying to counteract that in the gym, and we're not really making
the gym,
progress.
Believe it or not, the gym is only a very, very little part to it. Your nutrition and what you put into your body means more. Yeah. You don't have to go to a gym. You fucking get out and you walk and you move. Yeah. Anything, Tai Chi, anything. If you want to take it to the next level and you want to go, then go to a gym and shit. Yeah. If you're like, I don't feel good at 170. I want to be 145. Okay, well, now you've done everything you needed to do inside of the kitchen. Mm-hmm. It's time to start adding more shit to it if you want to go to that next level. But I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't believe how much weight you'll lose just by not eating something that's in a box. Yeah. You don't need a lot of meat, proteins, beef and chicken. This brings me to like the Bible, dude. Believe it or not. And when I say Bible, I mean any book that you worship. Could be the Torah, the Quran, the Book of Torah, whatever your belief is. The Bible to me is a basic book of teachings. It's you don't have to be a religious person to get things out of that. And one of the things that they talk about is like nutrition. Yeah. Things you should fucking eat. But the problem is people get that mental block. Well, I'm not a Christian. I'm not this. I'm not that. So there's nothing that I can learn from that. Bullshit. Yeah. I'm not a religious person. I'm not. But I can see the teachings inside of that book, no matter what book you're reading. Like pork, you didn't realize, you're like, why would they tell you not to eat fucking pork? Well, then you start looking at your nutrition. You're like, holy shit. Yeah, you shouldn't eat it. It's fucking not good for you. It has very little nutritional value. It's just taking up space in your gut, not leaving you anything good behind. So there's so many lessons in that, like marriage. We don't have the people that are in like heavily Christian homes, stuff like that. They have to go to a priest before they get married, and they get marriage counseling before they get married. The rest of us, we have to fucking wing it. We don't know how we should act inside of a marriage. We don't know about boundaries. We don't know about all of that stuff. Nobody told us. We didn't go to marriage counseling before we started. So why do you think marriages are so fucking rocky the first 5 years? You have to fight and claw your way through that first 5 years because you're trying to figure each other out. The love phase is over. Now you have to figure out a way to stay together, but not, I don't want to say fall out of love, but you still have to, how do you stay in that relationship? I've been married now Brenda, don't fucking kill me. I've been with Brenda for 28 years. I think we've been married for 26.
Okay.
She's my second wife. So that's where you can learn from everything. You really can. You keep an open mind. Even in martial arts, bro, I do the same thing. I train. I cross train everywhere. I hold belts in multiple arts. I can learn something from everybody and everything.
That's a fantastic mindset to have going into a new year.
100%.
Fantastic.
If just keep an open mind.
Yeah.
My hardest thing especially in marriage, and this is something in family structure, marriage, stuff like that. The hardest thing is learning. Me and my wife are just learning how to communicate. Just barely. 26 years later. But you probably are like, well, what the fuck didn't you get divorced? That came off the table the day we got married. The day we actually it did. It came off the table the day we got married because my wife was pregnant when we got married. So it really boiled down to the day my kids were going to be born. There was an agreement. Me and my wife sat down. We talked about divorce is no longer an option. Once we say I do, it is. We have to work through everything and anything. And we have been through everything and anything. And we have fought with each other. We've told each other we fucking hated each other. And there's so many dynamics to having two people trying to be together. And because we don't know what each other went through coming up through. Like trauma can change a person. Trauma can make somebody trauma can, and I'm not using this.
It literally can change their DNA.
Oh, it can.
There's
so
the whole circuitry.
The reason I'm a good father is because I had a bad one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Understand.
So trauma can make a huge, and trauma is not an excuse to be abusive. Trauma is not an excuse to cheat. It's not an excuse, but it's a reality. It
can
change my fucking life.
It can chemically change from a neurological standpoint. It can change the circuitry in someone's whole DNA.
Yes.
Permanently.
Yes. And if you don't have that structure like a church or something like that, it's hard to navigate through that.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard if you don't.
Yeah.
But if you truly love someone, then you'll find a way to make it work. Don't ever have what I do, and I do this on purpose. I force myself into situations that I'm forced to deal with it. Like something simple. I will. Let's just say I'll write a check for $10,000 today with $500 in my account, and I know I have 3 days to figure out to put $10,000 in there. I will. So when I married my wife, we took divorce off there. There was no back door to get out of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And people have that. They have that little thing in the back of their head. They're like,
Sure.
I could always just run away.
I'm committed.
I am kind of committed.
I'm committed if you're committed.
Right. So
yeah,
marriage is tough. And I don't think people sit down with their kids and talk to them about it. And if you don't go to church, you absolutely should make sure that your kids go to some sort of marriage counseling before they get married. You want to see your kids succeed. You want to.
How old is your baby girl?
She was born 1998, December 12th.
All right. So she's in her 20s.
Yep.
Okay. Are you telling her these kinds of things?
Oh, 100. Me and my kids, my entire family, my immediate family, we are so open with each other. Like 100%.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, my kids have seen my ups, my downs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're pretty open family.
This is really insightful stuff. Rex Thompson comes in here, and we're on a roller coaster. I mean, just we're all.
You never know, right?
We never know. We're all over the road here. But I mean, this is great stuff to start thinking about going into a new year.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. There's so many things that bring everything together. We'll get right back to the nutrition thing and why. It's not just the nutrition, it's the exercise, it's the entire balance of life. Your marriage, your relationship, your intimacy. Did you know, like a man, if a man is not intimate with his partner, that creates a hormonal change. 100%. There's a cycle that goes through a guy's brain. So the first week that they are intimate with their wife, and the easiest way to explain this to women, like they think, it's fucking sex. It's not a big deal to a woman, but they don't understand the physical, psychological, and hormonal changes that go through men when they are not intimate with their partner. So the way that I explain it to my wife, and this was a huge communication thing we had to get back and forth. I was like, you're not understanding. This is like, imagine you walked up to me and tried to give me a peck on the cheek and wanted to hug me. And I rolled my eyes at you, put my hand in your face and said, yeah, not today. I have a fucking headache or whatever. And just walked off. Or just, why are you doing that? Could you imagine that? No, why? Well, that's different. It's not. Because men have a physical touch. Their intimacy is through physical touch. That's how we feel like we are loved, is through that way. So then you get into the whole conundrum. Well, I need to feel you close to me in order for me to make love to you. Well, I'm never going to feel close to you if we don't make love.
Yeah.
So it's a huge conundrum that you have going on. So it's a hard conversation. You have to sit down. You have to talk about it because there is a physical change. So a man's mind, the way it works is you are intimate with your partner. So you go about a week, you are on cloud nine. Just, you don't even think about anything else. Nothing. And this also happens with kids who suffered a lot of trauma. Now that it goes into the second week, that's when it's like, now I'm starting to maybe look at porn, maybe whatever, maybe start looking at girls on Instagram, models, whatever. But I'm starting to lose interest in my partner that I just was completely madly in love with a week ago. Now we're going into the second and third week. Now you start to justify, well, if she really doesn't care about me, then what difference does it make if I just go out and have sex? And obviously sex is a problem for her with me, so I might as well just get it out and go and cheat or do this.
Yeah.
And it's hard to have those conversations because your wife, your significant other, automatically goes right to, oh, so you want to cheat on me.
Yeah, right.
So we had to have that conversation. Me and my wife fought and cried. And I was like, wait a minute. We have to have this agreement that when I am talking about my feelings, this conversation is completely about my feelings alone.
Right.
This cannot turn into you crying. Well, you made me feel like this. And so, because at that point it feels like now you're trying to justify your actions. So, well, then they will say, I need to get my feelings out. 100%. I agree. Yes, you do. And when we talk about your feelings, I will not bring up any of mine. So that's how, I'm not a therapist. I'm not.
Easier said than done.
You're absolutely right. And I'm not saying this happened. Like, this was probably a couple weeks of just fighting and pounding it into each other. Like, we had to learn how to communicate.
Many of us are.
But I'll tell you what, if you can get your wife to communicate and open up to you, the changes that come with that.
We're getting really personal here this morning.
I'm an open book, bro.
I know you are.
I am
dude.
100% an
listen,
open book.
and I'll tell you right now.
More people need to be an open book. I think the younger generation needs to hear these things.
Listen, the listeners appreciate it. My sponsors appreciate it. That's the kind of content that people need. Yes, but need is really transparent, open, unedited, uncensored, real life stuff into the microphone.
But these are my personal views. They don't work for everybody.
I understand that.
And I'm not pushing my views.
I can't help but sit here and think. I'm listening to you. And I'm going to say something on the air that's well, yeah, you got real personal, so I'll get real personal. Sherilyn's probably going to not be happy with me saying this, but it's real life, and it's true. Every night when we get in bed, Sherilyn wants a back rub. When I say every
How
night,
do you not have like 10 kids? Because that's what every back rub leads to is children. At least in my personal experience.
When I say
my wife's only had 2 back rubs.
When I say every night, I'm talking 7 nights a week.
Wow.
Okay, she wants a back rub. It's like every night.
Lucky girl.
So when I'll lay next to her and I'll rub her back. But as a guy, I'm always thinking a back rub is, a massage. It's deep tissue. It's pushing. It's working her muscles. She has a sore back, blah, 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 and getting in there, okay? Well, I'm also going, falling asleep. And she says to me maybe once a year, JD, you dumbass, when are you going to figure out that it's not a back rub that I need? It's just your touch. So it doesn't matter how hard you're pushing into deep tissue massage. It's just touch.
It goes back to communication. Like,
well, yes.
learning how each one of us communicate. Like, guys all the time, their wives start. How many times has this happened to you? Your significant other, your wife starts complaining. Blah, 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 blah. The fucking this is this and that, and the kids, they don't listen. This and not, and so
every 5 minutes.
Perfect. What is your solution to that? What does every guy do? Well, you want me to go beat the kid? You want me to fix the dishwasher? You want me to, I can solve all these problems. Maybe if you did this would work. And now your wife's twice as mad at you. Am I wrong?
You're right.
So women never tell us this. They don't want a fucking solution. They want an ear. They just want somebody to listen to their problems of the day. The best thing you can do is smile, kiss her on the forehead, and say, I understand, dear. That's it. They don't want a fucking solution. Women do not want a solution. They are not. Men are problem solvers. When there's a problem, we just want to solve it.
Oh my God.
When a female has a problem, it's different. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yes.
They want to vent about it. That's it. They'll fix the problem. They don't fucking need you to fix it. They will fix the problem, but they definitely want you to hear about it.
Yes.
Our grandparents knew this. My grandfather. How many times did you watch your grandfather? Your grandmother, blah, 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 and grandpa just smiling, not saying a word, and then she'd be over it. But that's the God's honest truth. They just want somebody to listen to them, and that they just want to be heard. Women too many times are not heard.
I want to
you know why women are not heard?
So true.
Women are. It goes right back to our animalistic just coming up through. They are a physically. They're not as physically strong as a man. So a man overpowers, gets to be heard by raw, and if he is not heard, he'll grab the fuck a hold of you, and women don't have that. So a lot of time, and guys don't recept to that. Like your wife would be talking. What did you say? But if a guy comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, motherfucker," all of a sudden you hear him, don't you?
Yeah, right.
Because there's that. It comes with that. Even if your wife walked up to you and said, "Hey, motherfucker," you would hear only the last part of the conversation. What did you just say?
Yeah.
But if a man says that to you, you instantly perk up because there's that threat of violence.
Yeah.
There's never that threat of violence with women, so women go through life without ever being heard.
Unless it's Sophia. Then I would never go up to Sophia.
You'll be washing
and
the
say, "Hey, look,
motherfucking dishes. You will be washing the dishes, cooking dinner, and wearing an apron. You better know it.
God. Listen, man, there's some really exciting things about 2025 to look forward to. And I was speaking, I don't want to say who it was just yet. I'll wait and tell you on the 31st. But I was speaking with a friend last night who was talking about the equinox, the winter equinox, and on the 21st, and a energy shift. And I think you and I, Rex, have talked about this I think we talked about it last year at this same time, that during the winter solstice, that there can be somewhat of an unexplained shift in energy that's really, really weird. And when I'm speaking with him, he's like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you feel any different?" And I'm like, I've had like, especially yesterday, he's like, this could be the winter solstice. This could be a shift of energy that a lot of people are saying that they experience with the winter solstice.
Well, that could be good or bad, though. Winter solstice can change different people.
I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but we're going to be talking about this on the 31st.
Well, anything that you want in the universe, you just have to ask for it. Vision it, ask for it. If you want to get rid of negative shit in your life, stop thinking about it. Stop thinking. I don't care how bad your fucking life is going, man.
Yeah, that's Joe Dispenza, what you're saying right now.
Just vision it.
You ever checked out Joe Dispenza? You also listen. Anyone who's watching or listening right now, please Google Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dispenza. Well, that's what you're talking about right now.
Oh,
just
yeah,
retraining your thought process.
But there's nothing in my life that I've never gotten that I didn't ask for.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to happen, and it happens.
Yeah.
And it's not even just a theory now anymore. Ever since Google came up with that new microprocessor that proved multiverses and parallel universes, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That it's mindset.
I know.
Your mind is such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
So
well, your brain is a muscle. It's a muscle that's loaded with billions of circuitry.
Yeah.
And if you can train your brain like you would a puppy that comes home, telling it to sit and stay. I mean, Dispenza talks about this. If you're unplugging certain circuitry, is so difficult to do that. But if you can,
mushrooms.
Well,
dead serious.
I know you
mushrooms reconnect different.
I know
100%.
You ever seen the what's that? The Great Fungi or whatever it's called. Yeah. All right.
Psychedelics, mushrooms. Everybody should do a reset at least once or twice a year.
Interesting.
Take an eighth of mushrooms, lock yourself in a room, and figure shit out.
Interesting.
100%.
Yeah.
Always reset your brain. You will come out a different person on the other end. I'm not telling you to go and party like we used to when we were kids, or you're eating a quarter pound of mushrooms and laughing so hard you're pissing yourself.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about take a nice, like a gram, a nice stem, a nice cap, and just be with yourself and reset your brain. Focus on your life, what you're, and whatever you want to change, whatever you need to deal with it. It's an easy way.
Powerful stuff. But, I don't know.
It's just my life experience. And you can't base, nobody can base their experience on my life. I'm just telling you what I've learned, like, throughout the years and from my own mistakes and my own being a piece of shit. And, that's, people are, a lot of people look at me and they, like, especially when it comes to my wife, they're like, how the fuck? That guy's been married for 26 years. Stockholm syndrome.
And let's be honest. Brenda's very grounded too. I mean, she knows her shit too. She knows what she's talking about. At least I think she does.
What do you mean? My wife's a hermit. She never leaves the house.
No, I mean she has,
and she's good with that.
She's very well grounded.
Yeah, she's a smart cookie. She's way smarter than me. She's got a bunch of them, like degrees and shit.
Yeah. We have a couple of things on the table here at Fly on the Wall Productions and the Aired Out podcast that are coming in 2025. Some of them are small changes. Some of them are some big changes. All of them I am very excited about. And honestly, had a hard time falling asleep last night thinking about.
When was the last time that you got that excited over that?
Yeah,
but when was the last time that you were excited like that?
Exactly.
So future opportunity, that's exciting for me. I like to see my friends get excited over their future.
Yes.
That's exciting.
I am very, very much looking forward to the new year. I have. And Battle and Barry is the next one is in March.
March 22nd. Yep.
Up at the Barry Auditorium.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for right now? Donnybrook Fight Promotions are you looking for fighters? Are you building a card? What's going on?
I've already started building the card. I'll be working on that throughout the weekend also, but we already have like the main events and stuff. The front row tables were already sold out.
Seriously,
the front row's already sold out. We have second row left and individual table seating left.
Wow.
People. Yeah, you're going to want to get on it because these shows are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like the last one was probably one of the biggest. So that was a huge turnout right there. And
will Chris Peralt be on the card in March?
He's the main event. Chris Peralt's the main event. Tavon Thomas, Chris Peralt, we're in negotiations right now, but he's going to be fighting for a professional title. Right now, we just sent the names in for a possible amateur small glove Muay Thai kickboxing ISKA Northeastern title.
Oh my God!
So that's we sent those names in, and that's going to be Aiden Dobo against Sergey Ushkovich.
Damn, fella.
Yeah.
Where are these guys coming from?
New York City, Albany, New York. Chris Peralt comes from here. We always give the local guys first option. There's only 13 slots on the fight cards. So they fill up pretty quick. Almost as quick as the seats do.
Yeah. So DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. That's where you should point your browser. Get some tickets while you can.
Yeah.
Get them now. Don't wait.
Absolutely.
Don't wait on this. You'll be back to talk about this more, and obviously, hopefully, bring a fighter in here would be great.
Oh yeah. I can always get you fighters. We can do that. But next week, we are going to talk about the outlaw motorcycle culture.
Is Big Kenny coming in here?
Big Kenny's going to come here. He called me.
Don't fuck with me.
He called me last night. We had to go over some ground rules because Kenny was in me and him were in clubs together. The last club he was in a really large one, and there's certain rules still, even when you're out and you're on good terms and stuff. So, things he could talk about, things he couldn't talk about. Like we'll talk about prospecting.
Okay.
The difference between prospecting for an outlaw motorcycle club versus like the law-abiding clubs that you see around these days.
All right.
You'll see a lot of different. If you have any questions, if we can answer them, we will answer them for you. He's going to talk about the difference between a worldwide club and regional clubs, outlaw clubs. And then we're going to talk a lot about partying, women, chicks, motorcycles.
Well,
all the good times.
All right.
We won't tell you where the bodies are buried.
Here you are talking about, feelings and communication and relationships, and now you're talking about partying and chicks. And
I was young then, man. That's when we made all them fucking mistakes and shit. Bad choices, bad decisions. Her name is usually Mercedes. Wasn't always a good person, JD. I thought I established that at the beginning of this show.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me, man. Next Friday.
It has been an hour.
Holy shit. Me rambling for an hour. Who the hell wants to listen to me ramble for an hour?
I want to thank my sponsors for hanging out with me and sticking with me in the last year.
Absolutely.
I'm so blessed. I really am. And they're still with me.
Where the hell else are you going to go to get this kind of exposure for that budget?
Even with
for
you
real,
on the air.
Because I'm on there. I mean, I'm on there too, man. I can't. I mean, it's a good price range for. You get way bang for your buck. Talking about banging for a buck. You ever been to Thailand?